friends, I'm Corey from Super Kami Guru 9000, and welcome to Star Wars for 100 Days. I'm making 100 Star Wars videos, all leading up to the release of Star Wars The Force Awakens. Today I'm going to give you guys a nice little fun fact about the Stormtroopers, their clumsiness, and how it all relates back to Jango Fett. For those who are unaware, just a quick little rundown on the character of Jango Fett. Jango Fett was a bounty hunter who was introduced in the prequel trilogy of Star Wars. He's the father of Boba Fett, and he also happens to be the basis for the entire clone army. Every single clone is cloned from Jango Fett, so they inherited his badassery, his fighting abilities, and his clumsiness. And that brings us to the very first Star Wars movie, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. One of the most classic sci-fi films in all of history. One that's known for its amazing production value and for its amazing goofs. In fact, there is this one scene in the film which I consider to be the funniest scene in all of Star Wars. And when you actually see it for the first time, you can never unsee it. There's this amazing sequence going on in the film where Luke Skywalker, the hero, is joined by Han Solo, Chewbacca, R2-D2, and C-3PO. They've just broken into the Death Star, and they're trying to free Princess Leia. And there's this one scene as they're escaping the Death Star, where they're stuck in this trash compactor. The two droids, R2-D2 and C-3PO, are doing everything in their power to try and stop this trash compactor so that their friends won't be crushed, while all at the same time they're trying to escape from the Stormtroopers, who are literally making their way into the room forcefully. As the door opens up, an entire troop of Stormtroopers walks in, and if you look at the one that's on the far right, he ends up banging his head right on the door. Now, in the original movies, this was a sound effect that was slightly edited out, so it was a lot harder to actually notice this Stormtrooper hitting his head. It wasn't until the later releases of the movie that they actually enhanced the audio and actually brought more attention to the scene, where you see this one Stormtrooper just walking all casually, and then boom! He just smacks his head. Now, this scene was really funny back in the day, but they actually managed to insert a little bit of retroactive continuity with this, because if you remember, the Stormtroopers themselves are derived from the Clone Troopers, which again were cloned from Jango Fett. And in an act for love for goofs and comedy, George Lucas and his team decided to include a scene in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, where Jango Fett just gets done fighting Obi-Wan Kenobi. He gets onto his ship, the Slave One, and as he's walking up into the ship and the door is coming down, Jango Fett bangs his head. I'm not even joking. Watch this scene. A-B it if you have to. It is absolutely hilarious. It's not as funny as the Stormtrooper scene because that was unintentional, but it's a really nice callback to that scene, and it does a great job of actually tying Jango Fett to the Stormtroopers. So there it is, my friends. That's my little fun fact for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you guys have any favorite funny scenes from the Star Wars series, whether they be intentional or unintentional? And what do you want to see from the brand new Star Wars film, Star Wars The Force Awakens? Please tell me in the comment section below. Before you guys leave today, please make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you can see all of our latest anime and manga reviews, and our weekly podcast show, and this continuing Star Wars video series that I'm working on. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.